And it is time. It is time to finish Season 2 and get ready for Season 3. We have a lot of stuff that we're planning this week. This light is going to be super lighty. But I wanted to make sure that you guys could see me. And it's kind of dark here today. It's kind of rainy. But it is the final game of Season 2 with DaveCordeiro getting ready to face off against Dammat96 for the 3 and 4th spot. 4th spot gets no dough, no dinero. So there is a lot on the line here, and there's $150 that they're playing for, basically. So there is something to do, and these guys have two of the best triads I think that we saw throughout the tournament. Dave's an exceptional triad player, and Dammat has proven to be one of the most consistent KFPL players, as well as you've seen him in the top 4 now both seasons. And he's the only person that can boast that compliment. So. Good morning, Crusader. So let's take a quick look at the thing. Oh, is the music too loud? I'm sorry. I'll turn it down. I had to turn it on because I don't have a co-host today, so have to make sure that it doesn't turn my mic off. So, but we're gonna kick into this real good. Shouldn't be able to hear the music at this point. And we're gonna take just a quick peek, real quick, at the at what we have here as far as decks go. As we can see, Dave and things. So let's look at Dammat's decks first. So Dammat's first deck is Lila, the Specialista de Biblioteca Ballerina. You can see that it is for sale on decks of Keyforge. It's gotten pretty good reviews and stuff, as this deck is a Dark Amber Vault deck for mass mutations that just does a lot of really nasty things. If you've been following the league, you've seen this deck played quite a bit, and we're going to see that it is going to be what it is, right? So I listen to rock. Sorry, Crusader. That's just what I listen to. So this is the kind of music tempo I like. But with that said, this deck has done some pretty evil things, and it was impressive to see Lorenzo and him go head-to-head with it and see how he could go by. So, buy the deck and DQ, we're not lending it. No, you cannot do that. That would be funny, right? But no. So, and the price on this deck is not cheap, as you can see. He's looking for 1,200. Buy it now. Euros, so that's like $1,500 US maybe, but the deck is pretty damn good, so it's probably worth it. So we'll see what happens, but I'm not gonna get too far into this, as we've seen all these decks played before, and when the guys are like basically chomping at the bit right now to get this game going. So I will say that the things I like most about this deck is the raw amber count at 16 is tremendous. I love that. I love the fact that its amber control is low, but it's like kind of crafty amber control, so it's kind of interesting in that sense that it doesn't have like that big scaling amber control, but it has like all these things that just poke and prod at it, and we're gonna see what happens. And then you have the creature control, which is like lights out. Like they have like basically he has a ton of things to control the board and stuff like that. And the Dark Amber Vault just is showing its value here, and Adaptoid is very interesting in this deck too, as it has a lot of things in house to turn that Adaptoid on. So it's a kind of a very scary frog for us to be thinking about. His second deck is B.E. Wadsworth, Arc Dello Scatamizo, whatever, I can't say it. But it's a double fair game deck. I've seen Dammat like fair game more than any person that I've ever seen in the league. He loves that card. You also see that it has the Golden Spiral Cincinnatus Rex combo, which is huge. Has double Odax, which is huge. This deck is just really, really solid, really well-rounded. Has scaling amber control, has board wipes, has the amber control, has creature control. A little bit slow on speed. 13 raw amber is pretty decent. That's 2 keys worth of raw amber. That's and +1, so that's all amazing. Only thing it really is missing is a key cheat, and I think that the way that this deck plays out, I think it just does fine just the way it is. So B.E. Wadsworth, we'll see if that gets played today. And then last but not least, K. Miller. This is the Coda deck of Nightmares. This is one of the fastest Coda decks I've ever seen. Has 2 key cheats in it. It has the double Nature's Call with the Chota, with Hunting Witch, and like just tons and tons of speed. 15 raw amber as well to put pressure on. Plus it doesn't hurt in Logos, where it has triple Mother for tons of draw power. And then looking at shadows, you also have the burst with the Ghostly Hands, Urchins, Fagin. Like this is a top level Coda deck, and we haven't seen this one that much because it is just disgusting and it doesn't work. But the high roll is super high, and then in the low roll it still feels like a high roll. So K Miller, I don't expect to see this one, but we'll see what happens with that. So that was Dammat's 3 decks, B. Wadsworth, Layla, and K. Miller. And so now we'll take a look at Dave's decks. Dave's deck's first deck is the Leader Who Laughs at Time. And this deck right here, we've seen it do like awesome work in the ability to basically just lock down the game with the Rad Pennies at the end of his deck and just kind of cycle through them and stuff. You see the auto encoder to get there faster, the Zenzik, lots of draw stuff. The super useful Cyber Clone is there as well. And this is a Niffle Ape deck in the 3-4 game. So congratulations, Dave, for being able to drive Niffle Apes into the top 4. I'm very excited about that. As who cares? Niffle Apes aren't horrible, right? Maybe they are, but either way, this Mass Mutation deck has a lot of really cool like lockdown features towards the end of the deck draw, and like lots of good control and stuff. You see that it has a key cheat, it has board control, it doesn't have Scaling Amber control, so that could be really dangerous if this was pit up against something like Miller, because like I don't think there's enough incremental steal to really stop that kind of matchup. But this deck all in all has like really good, has done really well for Dave, and I've seen him pilot it quite effectively with the Bow Nothings and Rad Penny engine. So it'll be excited to see what happens if which I'm assuming this deck will get played at some point today. His second deck is 84 Sass Caruso, Chef de Boots. This is the most scary 84 Sass deck in the world, I think. Nobody wants to play against 5 E-Dies with 3 Exhumes and Hysteria. Like, that just seems ridiculous. Not many people are gonna tempt fate with it. You have to have a very specific kind of deck to beat it. Neutron Shark is there as well, so it has great removal for everything. And then all he's doing is archiving Brobnar. You're not going to see Brobnar played ever, probably, as it's going to all just sit in the archives. That's the goal of this deck, and this deck is a two-house deck that is absolutely insane because of the amount of recursion and bouncing that goes with this. So we probably will not see Caruso today. As we look at the third deck for Dave, the Creature That Screams at Dreams. This deck is a nightmare. That's why the creature is screaming at the dreams, because it's library access with tons of value there, lots of draw, lots of pips, raw amber with 16 raw amber to go. So that's basically almost 3 keys worth of amber just in playing raw amber. Not even talking about all the tempo swings that it plays with Too Much to Protect and routine jobs and stuff in the shadows with the urchin and stuff. And then to top it all off, you have the Nature's Call with Nepenthe Seed, Choda, like Hunting Witch. Like this deck is going to produce amber at an insane rate, and Nepenthe Seed is a tool that basically says the best card in your deck is going to get played twice, and he has a lot of best cards. So this is just a high value, high quality deck, and as you see, none of these have hit 90 sass, but they're all incredibly powerful. So awesome lineup here, and Dave has some tools and stuff to see what happens here. So those are the 6 decks that we're going to see today. I fully believe that Caruso here will be banned, and I don't think we'll get to see it played on Dave's side, and I fully believe that K. Miller probably gets banned here. I don't think Dave likes to play against Coda in this kind of Coda. This kind of Coda is just disgusting. So hopefully we'll see Wadsworth and Layla. But we will see what happens with that as we get ready. I'm going to jump back into the Discord to see if they're ready. One-man show. It's going to be a little bit rough, but we're going to get this game moving, and we're going to have some fun with this 3-4 match. That's just going to be things. So they're basically looking at bans right now as we speak. So we caught up to them with the quickness, and we'll see what happens as we get ready for the 3-4 matchup between DaveCordeiro and Dammat96. DaveCordeiro representing Reap Out, by the way, if you didn't know, and here in the U.S., and Dammat96 representing the Italian Resurgence. Again, like the Italian community over there is fantastic. If you guys, even if you don't speak Italian, go check out the Italian network and just watch the games. The games they play there are always top-notch and fun. So very exciting stuff. And basically, Keyforge is Keyforge. Support all content creators, because without content creation, you don't get to watch Keyforge, and that's what we're here for, is to basically build a bridge for people to be able to watch Keyforge, play Keyforge, learn Keyforge, and make sure that people are having fun with Keyforge, because we are the best community in gaming, period. I stand by that 100%. With the quality of folks that I've seen in this game. So no game is perfect, but for the most part, very helpful community, very good people. So make sure that you are getting out there and learning. If you have any questions, always feel free to ask me. I am wide open for as much Keyforge talk as I can take in. There's been a lot of new faces this last week. It's making me that excites me when I see new blood and new bodies. So thank you for that. We did run the event for the KFPL monthly yesterday, and we had 50 people playing at $10 a piece, and the winner, like top prize, like we paid out through the top 8. The top prize I think was $125 for a $10 day of playing Dark Tidings Sealed, and it was fun. So if you go check out that VOD, it's on the Twitch. If you want to watch some of it, and you can kind of fast forward the points you want to, it's all good and stuff. Like, so what were the bands? Ba 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 boom 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 boom. So the two bands for the game were Caruso and Miller. So we were not wrong there. And we're going to get into this stuff right now, as we are going to see what happens here. As it looks like Dave will be kicking off with his MM deck, which is the one with the Rad Pennies and the Bo Nithing. And we're waiting on Dammat to show up in the thing, but this is where we're at right now, waiting as people are getting ready for the last game of Season 2. And Jay Philippe, congratulations on your runner-up. That was a pretty good run for you. You were definitely an underdog most of the way. You took out some big names. You beat Dave. You beat Shaka the Juggernaut, who only had 3 losses all season long, and 2 of them were to you. That's nuts. So congratulations, Jay. You did great. Bon jogo. For my Portuguese brother. Just waiting on Dammat. Damn it. Hurry up. All right, so we are just waiting on Dammat to show up and do his thing. So we'll get ready to see this first matchup, which is going to be exciting. Exciting. There he is, Dammat96. We are ready to stuff. Yeah, you should be proud of your performance. It was great, and your decks were way undervalued to people. Like, it shows that the experience you had with your decks was more important than people playing and borrowing big decks, because you were able to basically navigate your decks almost perfectly every single time I saw you play them. So congratulations on a job well done. But it looks like it's time. Let's do this. We're going to full game mode, and we are into it as we see Dammat being the first to play. With Dave shuffling. So Dammat did take a mulligan down to 6. We see him come out with a Philosophosaur, which is a card that is going to wreak some havoc if not dealt with. So Dave ends that quickly with the Cyberclone, taking the 4 power for the Cyberclone, adding a Q-Mech and to draw an extra card, and a Quixo the Adventurer. So we're starting to see the efficiency of this MM deck come out the gate right away. And we see that he's playing his Worlds Collide's B.E. Wadsworth deck. So this is going to be a pretty back and forth kind of game. We see both Rowdies come out, stealing 2 Amber, making the count 4-2. And Dave is saying interesting, because he played rigged lottery and then basically stole Amber back with the two Ronnie wrist clocks. Dave stating he's not sure how he feels about rigged lottery, but in this case it seemed to have worked out pretty well. So we see the Fangtooth come down, which is going to do some value of board control. And this is where the Rad Penny engine starts with these Fangtooth caverns. So we'll see what happens. And we see that there's a Key Frog now, basically also looking to threaten the field and make a play there. There is a Poltergeist in B.E. Wadsworth, so he does have like some Amber control, or in a Hawk as well. So he has plenty of ways to get rid of these Fangtooth caverns, which I think is going to be a problem for Dave as he pushes forward in the game if he's not careful. But we see here that there is a Call of Shadows, and Dave is able to get himself up to 5 by removing and mugging the Odak the Partition, which is a very big play because he's going to want to be able to steal with his shadows, and getting Amber off of the Odak is one way to deal with it without having to kill it. So that is a big deal, and he's still going to get to make his key off of this Key Frog purge. With the Key Frog dying. So Dave is the first to his key, and he is basically showing how this deck works. Lots of pieces, lots of interactions between houses. Very good stuff. But uh-oh, here comes that Golden Spiral. And we see some dinos on the board. This could be dangerous for Dave. This could turn into a big turn. Now we see the Scuttum get played on the Odak, making the Odak a little bit tougher and stuff. So now he just has to find a way to get an Amber onto it, which shouldn't be too tough in this deck. Let's see, what choices does he have? He has, actually he doesn't have too many ways to get an Amber back onto that Odak, so it's interesting that he decided to Scuttum the Odak. That is interesting. I guess he can spiral it, so that's the big deal, right? But that's not the card I would want to be spiraling at this point, but we'll see what happens. So we see Dave with the Ransack getting some value off of that and bringing him back down off of check. Getting some more damage in with the Seeker Needle. Shooting his own Rad Penny, just getting those pennies back into his deck so he can recur them. And then using the Fangtooth Cavern to destroy another Ronnie Wrist Clocks. So here we go. We are off and running, and this game is flying as Dave and Dammat are vying for 3rd place in the Season 2 KFPL. So Dammat taking his time here to basically try to figure out what exactly he wants to do here. This is kind of like a crucial point for him trying to catch back up, as both of these decks are looking to basically push their Amber control forward, but there's a lot of push and pull of it. So there's the Odak getting used with the Golden Spiral. So now the stealing is offline for those Rad Pennies. This is where Dammat's deck starts to get very dangerous, and the catch-up mechanic will be real here. Dave had a window where that wasn't happening, but Dave still has... No, he doesn't have it. He already played his mug, so he has to get through his deck at this point now, I think, or he has to play his standardized testings. His testings are going to be big here, so I'm guessing that's what he's waiting for, and he's going to set up here, as putting Amber onto the Odak does make it the biggest creature on the board, which means it will die to the standardized testing, which is a good thing for Dave, because that Odak represents basically shutting down the engine that his deck does. We see a Logos Call, so are we going to see it now? There's the auto encoder to up the speed of his deck even more and getting cards into his archive to get out of the way of the cards he wants in his cycle. And we see Dave thinking here. Standardized testing will wipe out all the 3s on his side of the board and only the Odak on the other side of the board. So maybe that's a kind of a thinking point here, but I think the trade is probably still worth it. But he can definitely get value in with his Quixo to get a card drawn. We put some damage on say, maybe the Tribute Pompatus, I would think, here. And just add that damage to it. Oh, he's going to choose for the Taunt creature instead. Interesting. I guess that makes sense, because you can't get to the Pompatus through all the Taunt that's on the board. So there you see him using it to finish off that creature, and then now he's going to get value off of that standardized testing, getting rid of the Odak, popping an Amber back into his hand, and putting his engine back online with the Odak out of the way. That makes the window for him to get into his cycle with his Red Pennies like very, very real. So Great play. This deck is playing exactly the way it wants to right now for Dave. And he's looking in good position. Oh, and he comes out with an oppositional research to turn off Reaping, which is going to be very rough on that dino board with this Fangtooth just eating dinos. Who would have thought? Standardized testing, wiping out all the lower end creatures to basically take that blanket away from Dammat. But Dammat is on a key. So it is 1-1 with Dave threatening a key here, but Dammat has a turn to bring that down. And we see him come in and buzzle. Use the buzzle to basically get himself on check for second key. Plays the Poltergeist to kill the auto encoder. Interesting. I would think the Fangtooth Cavern might have been a bigger threat at this point, but auto encoder is always a threat, so I get it. But Dave's already at the end of his deck, so he already has the loop that he wants with the Rad Pennies here, I think. Because the Fangtooth will kill one and the Secret Needle will shoot one, so that's 2 of them, and that's pretty good. But we'll see what happens here on this turn. What is Dave going to do as he has to take him off of 2 amber to get him off of key, but he is forging his second key right here, and the race is on now as there's only 6 amber left for Dave to get to his 3rd key, and Dammat has a key in holding, but Dave has a turn to basically bring that down, and we're going to see this shadow engine that I had talked about. Here's the Rad Penny engine. There's going to be 2 Rad Pennies. I guarantee you there's at least 2 Rad Pennies here. And there's a Bow Knifing as well to grab another one. But he only had one, or he only chose to play 1 Rad Penny, so he could draw it. Now the archive is filled with the other ones, I bet. So he just took him off a check and basically is using it so he can tempo next turn with the shadows here and basically play the Rad Pennies to get better value off of it. So that's what I'm assuming. I love this deck. The deck that Dave is playing right now, the leader that laughs at time, is a fantastic deck. So we see the Hawk come out, and the Hawk decides to kill the Secret Needle because that is the engine, one of the engines for those Rad Pennies to get super value off of them, because it's like a 2 amber swing every time it shoots a penny, because you steal one and then you shoot and get another one. So basically it's a 3 amber swing because you're stealing one, adding one, and then adding another. So that's huge in the course of the game, in the scope of the game. So hawking and leaving the Fangtooth Cavern because he has just flipped his deck. So putting the Rad Pennies back into his deck at this point is not really that scary. And putting the Rad Pennies back into his deck means that his creatures aren't dying as well. So the Hawk was targeted well. Though he could have got an extra amber for hawking the Fangtooth Cavern as well, but Secret Needle is a legit threat. So wow, there we go. We see a cycling of the Shadow's hand and giving up on the too much to protect, knowing that Dave going towards key 3 is not going to give him a chance to really get use out of it. So he takes the amber now, kind of checks in to make sure he can get that second key built, and he wants a race for key number 3. But Dave is already there as he plays a second Fangtooth Cavern and a Vine Apple Tree, putting himself back to 6 and putting himself in a good position to make Dammat stay on his heels. And that's like a big thing to go. And then you have to always worry about the recycled Key Frog that has been put back in the deck as well. That hits the board, it's game over. It's GG. So with all that, Dave is in a pretty position. Like, he's in a good position. So we'll see what happens. He still also has the Reclaimed by Nature, which we've seen him. He was thinking about that, right? Because like he could reclaim his own guy and go up even higher in the count, but he didn't need to, so he didn't. And now we see the Savage Clash just played for the sake of it. But he does get the Vine Apple Tree reset, which I don't think it had any growth grounders. It just came out. So. But he is on check, like 8-6, and so if Dammat cannot take him off of check, this is game over. And then even if he does, I think that we're going to see some big shadows plays here next turn to kind of make him have to do it twice. So can Dammat do it? We'll find out. He cannot. And Dave goes up 1-0 with his MM deck. the leader who laughs at time. So say goodbye to that deck for this season. And Wadsworth, you still have some work to do if Dammat is going to take third place. So here we go as they get situated on what they're going to do for the next things. What a game one. Dave's deck working like the engine that it is. It was able to deal with the threats that he has to. Shows the quality of player that Dave is. Because we all know that Dammat is amazing. And like he usually can get ahead and stuff. But Dave just kept him on his heels the whole time and just kept punching. That's what that deck does. And I think it's fantastic. So great. Kudos to you guys for that, as you guys have knocked that out the park. And we are quickly going into game two here and getting ready for that, as they are basically setting up. So let's see what happens in game number two, as Dave now has to win one more game to take third place in the thing, and Dammat has to come back from two zip down. So thank you to Alex Shepelev for key teching in this first player prompt flip now. This has made this is going to make life so much easier in the KFPL, so kudos to you for being amazing and doing that for us. Member of Team SAS, wonderful player. He was in Season 2, did a wonderful job in Group H, so hope to see him again next season doing well and doing good things for the KFPL. He's amazing. So thank you so much. He said, "Here is the prompt that you wished for, Jupiter, from Russia with love." And I accept it. So thank you so much, because it's such a good thing. All right, so let's get into this game. We're going full screen mode again, as this game is getting ready to kick off. And Dammat is on the ropes, as Dave is bringing out his best Rocky to try to knock this Italian out. So here we go, as DaveCordeiro is looking to close out the third place finish and $150. This time they remembered to put the timer on. But there is no timer in the 3-4 game. The top games don't get a timer. Dave acting like he didn't know that. Dave has opinions on it, but it's what we decided a long time ago. It's just the way it is always going to be. So, well, maybe not always, but that's one of the things I like the last games to be like fair, and like I don't like to see things go. I never want to see a finals or a 3-4 game go to time. So when I made my first call, we didn't do it, and we're not going to do it. But we do see that Dave is getting to basically come out with the Creature That Screams at Dreams and is just going to go crazy, because that's what Creature That Screams at Dreams does. It high rolls like a boss. And he's against Wadsworth again, who's going to try to hold him down. But I don't know if there is this is a good plan, but because this Creature That Screams at Dreams can really make some thing. But the Golden Spiral combo online early, that could be why it goes this. It could be why this deck is about to go nuts. Golden Spiral combo. Golden Spiral of Philosophosaurus is amazing. I have a deck called Haddenberg that I love because it has it, and it has the Philosophosaurus. He's going to make so much value off of this swing that it's going to be ridiculous. This is actually kind of bad news for Dave. This is the kind of start that Dammat really wanted and he got. So and having creatures and elusive creatures to attack into and get the max value out of the Philosopher and the Rex is insane. Because he's looking for the Scudam, right? Like I'm guessing he's looking for the Scudam. Because if he gets that Scudam onto the Rex, all that amber is just gonna die. So, and there's nothing that you can really do to get rid of it. But if Dave has the Nature's Call, that changes everything, right? Because Nature's Call will definitely take that amber off of that Rex without having to lose it. So, interesting position that he's putting himself in here as far as the amber on the Rex. But yeah, Snufflegator is kind of bad against Rex, isn't he? Anything skirmishy. But man, look at the value though. Look at how deep he's already at only 15 cards in deck on turn 2. This is Spiral Rex at its finest, doing degenerate things. But like I said, Nature's Call, one Nature's Call away from being back to a bad spot. And Dave is already at a key, don't forget. Oh, did he already play his Nature's Call, I'm guessing? Yeah, he did already play one of them, right? Yeah, he only has one. So he doesn't have any more bounce effects. So that is bad. So that does let him go crazy with this Cincinnatus Rex, because the Cincinnatus Rex isn't really threatened by anything else. Interesting. Whoever plays TMPT first is the one who's going to lose? Quite possibly. That Rex is not dying anytime soon. And it has the Scudam now, so that combo is insane. Yeah, that Odak is about to get huge, as this Spiral Rex combo is going to go off again. I think this is going to be a concession by Dave relatively soon, because like he's going to recognize that there's no way he's going to be able to stop the madness that is occurring right now. This was the highest of high rolls for Wadsworth. And Dave had a great start. Like he came out and made a key basically on turn 1, right? Like with some of the Dust Pixie Nature's Call shenanigans, and he basically just got counterpunched by this Spiral Rex. That is insane. And by having those creatures on the board to make that first key, I think it kind of cost him. So what a game. It looks like we're going to be going to game 3, I think, and we're going to have an epic conclusion to this 3-4 series. But I'm not going to count Dave out yet, but it looks grim. When I say it looks grim, it's like what was the Grimoire from the Autobots kind of grim? Grimlock, that's what it was, Grimlock. Yeah, Nature's Called is gone already, so like this is really tough for Dave. He doesn't have a lot of options that are gonna. He has no options that are gonna get rid of that. Well, what did he just play? Did he place? Oh, he killed his Chota to get rid of the Rex. It's a good play, but a little bit too late. Yeah, Dave concedes. He was definitely way behind. I always forget that Rex dies as soon as you have no creatures. So like that was the play right there, to just get rid of the creatures. And Dave's not going to have a way to catch up as the speed goes out there. So we are looking at game 3 as the quick turnaround. Like if this was a wrestling match, an Iron Man wrestling match, first pin went down pretty like after a pretty good amount of work, but then the second match was a quick roll up, and now we're going into the final match here, as they're going to basically be fighting for supremacy here, and we're going to see what happens. As this is it. This is and will be the last game of Season 2 for the KFPL. Thank you to all the people who have put in hard work. The Callums, the SBOs, the Van Fabulouses, the Muffins, the Z's, the Vaughns. All of you guys have been amazing this season. And I can't do it without you guys. I know that these guys are all as much KFPL as I ever will be. I can't do it without them at this point. Like they keep my sanity. So thank you guys all. Thank you to Team Exalted. Thank you to the Call of the Week guys. Thank you to Take That Smarty Pants. Take that. Thank you to One Star Peeps and the Archon's Corner. You guys have all been part of this. Super shout outs and thank yous to Luxurious Playstyle. You guys have been an engine for our prize pool since day one, and I cannot give you enough love. Please support Luxurious Playstyle. Through this pandemic, they were one of the only people that stayed true to trying to make Keyforge real. So give them love. They are amazing. So thank you to all the people, and thank you to all the people who are playing. But let's get into this game. These guys are ready to fight, and I'm ready to see how this season is going to conclude. And thank you for the kind words, Jay. But like I said, I can't do it by myself. I'm a big lug nut. I'm a dummy. So I need all these brains. As Harlan is distracting me, making me make him a 7 for the 3rd time today. You want to say hi to everybody later? Yeah, Harlan will stop it and say goodbye for season 2 when it's time. So, all right. So it looks like we're getting ready. We're ready, and this is going to be an epic showdown here as we are getting ready. So we don't forget that season 3 is on the way. We have already had a couple of events in the paid format, but the free qualifiers are coming up. So if you are not familiar with that, make sure you hit the website and hit our Discord, get in there and get the information because those quals are coming. And special announcement, we will have an APAC qualifier again this season, so we'll be able to give them a better time to play and qualify. So I'm very excited about that. I will be getting up. Well, I guess I'd be staying up 11 p.m. through the night until it's time to go to bed to go make sure that happens. So I'm very excited for that. I hope you guys are too. And I look forward to doing an APAC qualifier for you guys over there in the Asian Pacific. All right, so this game is off to a gassy start again as we see Dammat now playing the Layla, the Bibliothèque Ballerina, mass mutation monster. Lots and lots of cool things happening inside of this deck versus the speed and deadly accuracy of Dave's ability to make 3 keys in 1 turn if he wants to. Could get some gross stuff going. So, let's see what happens. I guess 2 keys is 3 keys. He could make 3 keys in 1 turn with the Chota Hazari, the Nepenthe Seed, and the Nature's Call. He could definitely, I think, make 3 keys. Maybe, yeah, he should be able to make 3 keys, especially if it makes a key at the start of turn. So Dave's never out, especially with Nepenthe Seed on the board early. So that's interesting. Dammat's asking if Dave has a life web because he wants to know if if he can play his 3rd creature without being punished. But he's gonna go for it. He's gonna take the gamble and see if the life web comes out. Yeah, if this board gets wide, it's gonna be rough. It's gonna be all about the speed again, being able to just play pips. Get the things that he needs. Looks like Dave was fishing to try to hit that life web off of the wild wormhole. That'd have been cool. Is he going for it again? He is. He gets some miasma this time. So Dave's trying to just run value here and get himself to a place where he can get what he needs. Makes sense. Escatera, the Strange Gizmo set up now. Yeah, but he's got the Strange Gizmo in play now, and he's looking to make a key, so he'll be able to reset this board pretty well. Seeding the Wild Wormhole was just showing that he knew that he was in a bad spot, so now he's chasing it, and now he's got to a place where he's going to be able to clear this board, and it's going to be good for him. So very well played by Dave, and this is why he's one of the best things. He's like, I guess I didn't have to do it. Guess I didn't have it saying about the life ward. So now Dammat has to respond to this and get some of that amber down because that Strange Gizmo is really bad if it goes off for Dammat, and he has to commit resources to get that down, or he has to let the board blow up. So choices to be made here, and there are different lines, and it'll be interesting to see which choice he chooses. I think you kind of let the strange gizmo blow it up and then rebuild from there, right? Just put amber into your pool and let it blow it up, and then rebuild, because if not, he's going to be held hostage by it. What is the artifact control? He has... Does he have any artifact control? That's a good question. I don't think he has any. Do I see anything in this list? I do not see anything in this list that is artifact control, so yeah. Yeah, there's none. So that strange gizmo is going to be there. He can't get rid of it. And so committing to the board just seems bad if Dave, because Dave is going to, like I said, at some point he's going to make a key, and when he makes that key, he's going to blow up the whole board and reset, and I think that's to his advantage. So well, maybe not yet, but we'll see what happens. But he's going to have to put himself in position for this board wipe, because oh, Dave can make it go off with the Nature's Call too here with the Chota, and be in a super advantageous position, because he'll have a key off of the Chota, plus he'll be in position to make another key next turn, as Dammat will have nothing on the board. Oh, that's crazy. So he's saving the Chota at this point, I think, to oh no, he brought back an Umbra. With the regrowth. Does he have the Chota in hand then, maybe? He's already used both regrowths in the Nature's Call, so interesting. He's going to lose all his Untamed here as well, so that's kind of bad for Dave, like when he flips this gizmo. Yeah, and he's used both seeds. Or not, both regrowths and the seed, yeah, so interesting. He's looking to basically try to get his 2 keys the honest way, and then maybe try to play his shadows to victory. Seems legit. Be interesting to pick Dave's brain about this, but the strange gizmo I think was right on time off of that wormhole play. That wormhole turn was huge. Just got him enough amber to just put a lot of pressure back on the board, and that's gonna be, that was a good like recovery from a bad position, because he was in a pretty bad position with the way the board was looking. So pretty interesting stuff going on here. Thank you to the viewers that are out there watching. If you haven't subscribed to or followed us yet, please follow us. And if you have a Prime subscription, please throw it our way. It helps us get some extra funding for the prize pool for KFPL. So always appreciative of any subscribes that we get for that. So we don't solicit it as much as we probably should, but I try to ask once in a while. And if it's a freebie, give us the freebie. That's all we're asking. You don't have to spend your hard-earned money, but if you want to, that's on you. But the freebie, give us that Prime. That would be great. The lights out. Ooh, that's interesting. So there it is. There's the reset with the strange gizmo. Now where do we go from here? I think we're going into shadows, and we're going to see the speed sigil of doom. There is the too much to protect, the Umbra, getting the extra reap, the urchin stealing another one. Like, wow, Dave is going to close this game out quick if Dammat does not have a proper answer here. There comes the Dark Amber Vault, a little late to the show, but does get a Titan with a capture, so that's something at least. There's the Infomorph, getting to draw a card. Oh, Infomorph is not a mutant? It's not a mutant. It is a mutant. Here we are at the life web position. This time I think Dave has the life web, so there's a very good chance that he has the life web this time. Dave putting the gas on with the creature that screams at dreams. What a great name. So we see Dave contemplating what his next play is. Yeah, there are no regrowths. Like a lot of his good untamed stuff is already burned out. So playing it just for the life web is probably not something he wants to do. So here he goes. He's opting to push his advantage with his Logos, working towards that flip because, like I said, a lot of his tools are in the can right now. So there's Bo Knifing doing some work, pulling Dave back. So Dammat is kind of starting to get that wide board control back, and like the gizmo is gone, so that's going to be rough. We do know that Dave does like to play Witch of the Eye. Is it Witch of the Eye? No. What can he play with that speed sigil for value here? Perplexing Sophistry is a great card. Oh wow, there's the life web. Vandalizes the life web. She's Logos at the active house. He's able to Neurosiphon. Dave is still pushing here. I don't know. Like, this is close. This is a lot closer than I expected it to be at this point. As Dammat has made some good plays to get himself back into the position, and the discard's still looking to draw 4. So, like, he has to draw 5 basically to get that flip, and that's still only starting the flip. So I don't know if there's going to be enough time here, especially if he's just going to reap out in. Oh, look, and he has the Adaptoid online too, so that's huge. That Adaptoid can do some real crazy stuff. Yeah, the speech sigil with the Adaptoid is nuts. And the Lithologica, wow. Quixo drawing cards, like oh, the tide has turned. No pun on Dark Tidings there, I swear. Whoa, what a positron bolt. That thing put a jarring. Now that Adaptoid is just doing everything. He's just nuts. Oh. Oh, the pressure is back on Dave. So we are waiting to see Dave's response to this. Man. Too much to protect is gone. I think we've only seen two routine jobs, so those are gone. Like, this is pretty rough. There's just not a lot left for Dave. Finishing blow is a nice touch. There's the Shadow Self, gonna get the Reap, and just trying to win by having enough, right? Like, just trying to have enough that Dammat runs out of resources to steal with, but it's gonna be rough with the speed sigils in play, because basically he could just drop. What does he have? What can he drop that would help him? Actually, he doesn't have any of those like utility type steals. Does have a no, he doesn't have Yorg either. Never mind. That could be it. Like this could be pretty rough for Dammat to get out of. He's going shadows, so he has to have the second Bonithing, I guess. Rad Penny. Does he have a second Bonithing? I think that's what he needs. Oh, there's a capture on the Rad Penny too, so that's kind of gross. Man. Yeah, Dave is just trying to keep the pressure on and make Dammat have to keep having answers, because eventually he'll run out, right? Like, he can't just keep answering. And I think if Dave can go back to check this next turn without Dammat getting to check here, that could be it. But Dammat is at 2 keys now. He's caught up. Like, this game is anybody's right now. It's a coin flip. Yeah, if Dammit goes to check, it's going to be rough on Dave. I don't think we've seen the naughty yet, so that's a good thing, right? We haven't seen naughty. Oh, we have seen naughty. Never mind. What does Dave have to counter that check? Miasma was already blown, right? Like that was blown in the early game when he did his wormholing stuff. No, no, the Miasma is not here. I thought it was here. Yeah, there's the Miasma. It is here. Okay, so that's gone. Urchin, Umbra. Umbra's out. Urchin's out. Everessence Principal. Principal, I think, is the only thing. Oh, no Boda thing. He doesn't. He couldn't get Dave off check. I think that means that Dave wins by the skin of his teeth there. Dave takes it down. Third place. Great game. Wow, right down to the wire, buddies. That was close. I wasn't sure Dave was going to make it, but he got there. Oh. Uh-oh. Next card was a... he wants to continue, David. Just make another key here, I'm assuming. Yeah. Yeah, the Dust Pixie and Choda waiting, so... Yeah, there was nothing else that was going to happen here. They're just theory crafting at this point. Always a card away. I guess Nothing might have been one of the next draws for him, but... Either way, that was the end of ends, and that was amazing. What a close to the season. Season 2 was everything that I thought it would be and more. Like I've got a lot of value out of this season. It was pretty fantastic. We're gonna see if the guys want to get a phone call here and see if we can get them in. I know Z is gonna get called too, but he's out, so he's not gonna get in here. But we do see Dave and Dammit both joining us, so welcome and congratulations. Thank you for a wonderful 3-4 game. Let's get some of your thoughts here about the games. Dammit, why don't you lead off here? Hold on, let me turn you up. I gotta turn the music down and turn you up. Let me turn this off, because I don't know if they can hear you that well.
I can hear him, but I guess I'm not on the stream, so I don't know.
Yeah, I can hear him. He's like just really low, so go try again, damn it.
Oh, sorry.
There you go.
I just want to say that in this last turn, I drew the boo-boo just in the last one, after the turn.
Oh yeah, the Bodai thing. That's what I thought. But Dave was sitting on the Dust Pixie and Choda, so like.
yeah. In fact, I say okay now. Sophistry, discard Choda and draw boo-boo. Come on.
You're asking for a lot in that, but.
Yeah, the Choda was in the archive, but the Dust Pixie was right there for you to hit it.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, so Dave, wonderful games. Did you feel a little bit stressed in that third game? At first, it looked like you were off to a pretty good start. The timely gizmo off of that crazy wormhole turn, where I thought you did exactly what you had to do, because I felt you were a little bit behind, and you gambled, and you kind of got paid off, and then your deck kind of just kept cruising, and then towards the end, it felt like it was like running out of gas, and he was coming up close, but you got to the finish line. So tell us what you think about it. That's how I kind of saw it.
So I wasn't really worried about the third game so much because Leela has there's amber control, but it's not a lot of amber control, and creature can just make a lot of amber. Early on the first turn, I saw the Bouncing Death Quirk go to the archive. In my hand, I had the Nepenthe Seed, the Hunting Witch, a Regrowth, and a Nature's Call. And I was planning on holding the Nature's Call and just playing the Regrowth, but then because I saw the Bouncing Death Quirk was just going to kill the Hunting Witch immediately, I figured I would just play those two and then pass. And then when I started the Library Access turn, I just had the Library Access and the Wild Wormhole, but I figured I could Nepenthe Seed for the Wild Wormhole, and that would generate some cards for that. And I just wanted to save the Nature's Call so that I could just make a lot of amber and kind of push.
Yeah, I think you made the right line for sure. Damn it, we lost Damn it. Just when I ask him a hard question, he disappears. See, that's how that works. But congratulations, Dave. You knew you were my going into the season favorite to win it all, and you got pretty damn close. So congratulations on a good showing for North America this season. And David's back. So David, how did you feel? How did you feel about that game 2? You definitely got the early high roll with the Cincinnati RX. That was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
That was SmackDown. That's why we played that combo.
I can say that this is the first time in the second Premier League. The first time that I can do Spiral with the Cincy and the Philosophosaurus.
Okay.
Philosophosaurus.
Yeah, I think that's one of the best parts of the Cincinnati Rex combo is when you have a Philosophosaurus. Dave, did you just know that game was over?
My hope was that there was no Scudam, but it was unlikely that there was no Scudam.
Yeah.
When I saw the Scudam, I'm like, it's a stretch. So I took the turn that I had to take, and then I had a little bit of steel in my hand, but Odoak was out, so I was like, okay, game is over.
Yeah, like that's why I was like, when I was watching it, I was like, if he gets to the Scudam, it's like game over. Dave doesn't have a bouncer or anything that's going to help him, and I think he's just going to concede. And it wasn't too far later that happened, so I felt your pain there when I saw that happening because I've been a victim to that, and I've done that to people, and it's never fun. So
I didn't practice at all for this. I was like on vacation last week, and then Becca got her COVID shot, and my cat got spayed, so I was just kind of like doing that, and I figured I could either practice for this or play in the event yesterday, and I was like, I'll just have some fun and play in the event yesterday, and figured I would wing it.
Yeah, well, season 3 is locked up for you guys. Damn it, you're still one of the most consistent players in the KFPL, and I respect you
Thank you very much.
a ton. You are definitely the best Italian player I know as far as overall. You've presented well.
Just a fun fact: I tested this matchup during the week, and I played the last matchup, Leala against the Kota deck, and in 15 games I never forced the second key. That's my first time, so it's okay.
So I had to practice it off then.
Yeah, I think my favorite deck of the tournament was actually Dave's Rad Petty deck because that engine in that thing is just so cool. Like it's so unique.
That rigged lottery at the beginning was really interesting. I'm like, okay, I got 4 Amber, but I don't know how I feel about that. Like, I wanted all those.
Yeah, then he followed up with 2 Ronnies. I was like, wow, that's interesting.
Yeah, that was.
It was actually a very good use of rigged lottery for once. But David always comes with interesting lines. I love the way he plays the game. It's very outside the box a lot of times, but it's always precise. So we do respect all the players in the league. Everybody had a good run. Dave, again, congratulations. Damn it, again, congratulations. If you'd like to say your thanks and whatever's, I'll give you a chance to. Damn it, say your goodbyes.
Okay.
He's like, okay, we're good.
No, sorry, I didn't understand the last thing. Sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. Just you want to say thank you to anybody in Italy? You can even do it in Italian if you want. So if they're watching back.
Yeah, of course. Thank you for some friends that helped me during the test. It's not easy during the week. Test every day. I loved playing Geekforge, okay, but the same match again and again and again, it's not so.
Yeah,
it's not so fun for me, especially for my friend that helped me. So.
Yeah. So who was this super friend that helped you out?
Kiones, obviously.
Oh, Kiones, yeah, he's my other favorite Italian. So Leo Lenzi too, but Kiones is a great player as well. So that's a good person to bounce off of. How about you, Dave? Who's your thank yous and who is your help? I know it's mostly on you. You're pretty independent.
So I guess kind of going off of what Dammat said. Yeah, it's like Triad can be a lot of work practicing all these different matchups over and over and over again, trying to figure out what the ban is and all that. Just kind of why I like single event triad and not like league triads. Like I don't know, just kind of like wing it, which is what I ended up doing here anyways. But like when you can practice, you really should. And it is difficult to get people to consistently help you as much as would be needed for some of these matchups. So I leaned on a lot of people. I mean, I also practiced with myself, but just a lot of people from Reap Out. There were some matches that I borrowed some people from Kip. There was a match where I had to play my ABR match last season when I wanted to practice. So the guy I was playing against was like, "Oh, I'll help you practice for that matchup afterwards." So I got some ABR people to help me. Really like a community effort throughout the whole league, just trying to get some of these reps in.
Yeah, so if you're new to Keyforge, this is what Keyforge community is all about. It's the best game in the world, I think, as far as the community goes. I've never played in a place where there's been so much like help and love and like just people to play with. And I've been around since the beginning days. Dave can speak for this because he was there too with the Keyforge event group. But we were like, ever since this thing started, everybody's been amazing. And there's always a couple, right? But for the most part, like we weed those guys out quick. And I'm very happy to be part of this community. So it's always wonderful to hear stories like that. Thank you again, Dave. Thank you again, Dammit, for everything. And congratulations, Dave, on a third place finish and finishing with some cash this season.
Nice.
And Dammit, again, wonderful showing. You have a 2 and a 4. Now you have to go back and get the 1 and the 3, right? So
Yeah.
get the stretch. He's like,
I don't know if 8 it's enough for the next season.
We'll see. You're the only person that can say you've top 4'd both seasons. So that's quite an accomplishment in my opinion, especially with the level of talent that we've brought to the table here. I'd like to think, but. With that said, I'm Jupiter from Manlius, New York, aka the Fifth Planet Keyforge, and I thank you for playing Keyforge. I thank you guys for supporting our league, and look out for those open qualifiers. They're free to play in. Get qualified for Season 3. It's going to be a crazy, fun elimination variant that I think is going to be super interesting and fun. Definitely anybody can win that one. It's going to be chaos in some form, I think, but it's going to be a lot of fun, I hope. And with that said, I hope to see you playing Keyforge, and I'll catch you on the flip side.